something very, very interesting that I've been looking forward to sharing with people. It's called shared septic tank legal issues. That's what we're dealing with today, right? And just let me tell you what some of the issues that people ask me. So many people say that they've got a shared system, and the legal issues are numerous. But today, basically, I'm just going to outline and deal with some of the basic legal issues that people face when they are connected to a shared septic tank system. And more importantly, the good news that I'm going to share with you today is I'm going to show you how to break free from your neighbour's system, and I'm going to show you how to save thousands and thousands of pounds by doing so. So that's today's live broadcast. Now hold on 2 seconds, just let me have a quick cup of tea. Oh, I've been looking forward to that. So let's jump straight into this. Okay, let's jump straight into this live broadcast today. So here we go. So here's a property. All right. And here's two properties, not one property, but the point is, one property is connected to a septic tank, and this property shares a septic tank. So let's just have a look, right? Let's just go down the garden and see what's going on here, right? So let's give you a typical example of how it works, okay? All right, so there's the two houses in the background there, and here is the septic tank. Okay, so the septic tank for both properties is in the one garden here. So let me give you a bit more clarification on this here. Here we go. So let me just do this. All right, so there we go. So let me make it clearer for you now. All right, so basically, if I just go forward a bit to make it easier, all the wastewater leaves the property number one, and it comes down this pipe and it enters the septic tank here. Okay, and so here's the septic tank. Now the soakaway, let me show you where the soakaway would be. The soakaway is here too. All right, so there you go. So that is an overview of the septic tank system that is in, say, your neighbour's garden. So all their waste, as I said, leaves the property, comes down the pipe here, goes into the septic tank, and then the liquid just drains away into the soakaway. All right, so that's that property. So let's say this is your property here. All right, so typically, the arrangement, the setup would look something like this. So your wastewater would leave the property here. All right, it would then come down here into a pipe, and typically it would then go into a manhole chamber there, and then your pipe would go across your garden under your neighbour's fence, okay, like so. Okay, you can see that, and then it would come in and spur into here. All right, and then your liquid would then go into their septic tank. So let me give you an overall view of that. Okay, so there you go. So there is the neighbour's pipe going into the septic tank. There's your pipe here. If there's a junction there, or the pipe may run straight from the house, but the point is it goes down here, it hits a junction here, and then it goes into their septic tank. So that is typically how shared systems work. So what are the ramifications? What are the problems with a shared system? Well, there are many. This is how I got into the business, to be honest. When I first got married, I moved into a Victorian semi-detached, not semi-detached, terraced. There was like 4 Victorian cottages, and the end cottage of the terraced houses had the septic tank and the soakaway in the garden, pretty much like I've just showed you there. And the 3 of us, the other 3 cottages, all had pipes traversing, going across our lawns and connecting into their septic tank. Now, funnily enough, in this instance, the lady whose house the septic tank was in didn't get on with any of the neighbours, any of the other houses. Oh, man alive. And for some strange reason, right, she didn't have to do this, but nevertheless, this is what happened. This is the reality of the situation. She started getting her septic tank emptied every single week, right? And it was costing me, right, £90 a week. That was my part share of what it costed. It cost something, it was a massive septic tank, and it was costing something like 400, just under 400 quid a week to empty. So it was costing me 90 quid, the next door neighbour 90 quid, the other neighbour to the side of me, and it was costing her 90 quid. And no matter what we tried to do to reason with this woman, she just wouldn't have it. And so I hadn't long got married, and I'm going back about 20 years ago now, and I think I don't know what I was doing work-wise there, but I didn't earn enough money. I mean, we had 2 kids to provide for, but 100 quid a week just to get this tank emptied, it was madness to me, right? I never knew what a septic tank was or why we were getting it emptied. And this went on for about a year, and it really started to make me and my wife ill. So cut a long story short, I finally cut myself off from the neighbours system, right? Saved myself 90 quid a week. The neighbours saw what I did. They got me to cut them off from the neighbours system, both sides. So that's basically how I got into the septic tank business 20 years ago. So now, the legal ramifications are, you're subservient, basically, or you behest, or you're held ransom to the mood or the whims of the neighbour whose garden the septic tank's in. If you get on all right with them, great, but if ever they moved out and another neighbour moved in that you didn't get on with, then that's what can cause problems. So I'm going to show you now how easy it is to cut yourself off from your neighbour's septic tank. So let's say this is you or me, right? And we're having all these legal issues, we're having these problems, and it's making you ill. Let me show you how simple it is to cut yourself off from your neighbour's sewage system. All right, so here we go. All right, so let me show you. So it all starts in your garden. So by the way, let me just first of all start by saying you do not need your neighbour's permission or consent, right, to cut yourself off from their septic tank. You don't need it. Number two, if the septic tank that you're connected to was installed prior to the 1st of Jan 2015, you do not need to apply for building regs or planning permission. You don't need anyone's consent. You can legally just put your own septic tank and soak away in without anybody's permission. Full stop. That's what it says on the government website right now in big bold writing. So I'll say that again. If the septic tank that you're shared or connected with was installed prior to the 1st of Jan 2015, I think that's what I said the first time, I can't remember. Anyway, 2015, if the shared system that you're going into, the septic tank you're going into, was installed before the 1st of Jan 2015, then you do not need your neighbour's permission, and you do not need permission from the Environmental Agency or UK Building Control. They've tried to make it really simple for people trying to cut off other people's systems. Okay, that said, let me show you how to cut your system off. All right, so here we go. So there is the system there. There's the pipework that we've talked about. So the first thing you need to do, and this is really simple. All right, so here's your manhole chamber. You need to determine where you want in your garden to put your septic tank. All right, so you need to ascertain where you're going to put your septic tank. All right, so let's say, for example, I'm going to put my septic tank here, just for argument's sake. All right, we've deemed that I'm going to put my septic tank there. All right, so what you do, you dig a hole for your septic tank. All right, then to get your levels, you then what's going on here? There you go. You dig a trench from the manhole chamber that you're connected to. So that's what it looks like. You just literally dig a trench from there to the hole where you're going to put your septic tank. Okay, that's pretty simple, isn't it? All right, you can dig the trench first and then dig the hole, or you can dig the hole first and then dig the trench. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't matter. Some people, it's like scone or scone. You know, some people like their jam hot on top of the scone first and then the cream on top. Some people like the cream first and then the jam. I don't, you know, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so once you've done that, so let me now get a closer view here. Once you've dug your hole for your septic tank, then this is typically what I would do. I would then dig a hole, 2 more holes, right? And I'll show you what they're for right now, okay? So in the first hole, you're going to put your tank. There you go. How's that? It's nice and simple, isn't it? And these are low profile septic tanks that I'm talking about. You can put any septic tank in you want, to be honest, but the tank that I'm putting in is a low profile septic tank. And the reason I'm putting that in is because they're really, really shallow. Some septic tanks are really deep. These are shallow septic tanks and they don't need any concreting whatsoever. All right, so then next, after I've put my tank in, you'll notice there's the outlet pipe on the septic tank there. So after I've done that, right, I then just put a pipe from the outlet pipe into an inspection chamber. All right, you'll see what this is for in a minute. Then, personally, my favorite soakaway is the septic tank soakaway crates. All right, so you put some membrane down like so. Now let me just tell you a little bit about the soakaway crates. Some people quite rightly say, well, I heard that you can't put crates as a soakaway. You can't use rainwater crates. You're not allowed to use rainwater crates, but you can use septic tank soakaway crates. Okay, so first of all, you put some membrane in the hole like so. And then let me show you what I do. I then lay my septic tank crates into the hole, like so. And then I connect the pipe to the crates. All right, that's pretty simple, isn't it? Okay, so there you go. So far, this will, even if you've got no experience, so far, this will probably take you about 3 hours to do. About 40 minutes to dig the hole, an hour and a half to dig all the holes, and I don't know, an hour to put everything in. But let's say it took you an hour and a half to dig the holes and an hour and a half to put everything in. You're up to about 3 hours so far, okay? So then when you've done that, all right, let me just show you what it's like now with the grass back on. Oh, well, first, let me show you this first of all. Once you've done that, I then put, with the low profile septic tank, they don't need concreting, they just need shingle. So I just literally put some shingle around the tank, typically to about halfway up the tank, like so. All right, and when I've done that, I then cover the septic tank soakaway crates with membrane. All right, you just put membrane over the top of them. So let me just, there you go, just like that. So let me just put the grass back on now. All right, let me just put the grass back on, if I can find the grass. Man alive, where's the grass gone? All right, here we go. All right. Oh, no, there's not the grass. That's the trouble when you're live and you come in. There you go. Hooray, I found the grass. Hooray. All right, so let me zoom out a bit now and show you. All right, so that is what your septic tank and soakaway will look like. So there's the house. There's your house. There's still the pipe that you're connected to your neighbours. So let me show you an aerial view. So next door, there's your neighbour's garden. And that's the tank that there's their septic tank that you're feeding into. All right, and here is the holes that you've dug, and here's your septic tank, and here's your soakaway that you've put in your hole. So when you've done that, this is really good now. This is the most exciting part. Come on, I'm going to show you this, right? This is the most exciting part. What you do now, all right, you connect a pipe from the inspection chamber here to your septic tank. So let me just do that, right? Let me just connect the pipe. So when you've done that, you put pipe to tank. There you go. And this pipe, this pipe, this is the pipe that connects to your neighbour's septic tank. You know what you can do, don't you, with that? You can literally just get rid of it. So let me just get that off now. There we go. You can just literally get rid of it and fill the trench in. Okay, so there you go. You've just literally cut yourself off from your neighbour's septic tank. That's how easy it is, right? So there you go. So now if I give you an aerial view, their septic tank is still connected to their property. Their waste is still going to their property. You haven't altered that in any way, shape or form. But all you've done now, you've connected your own pipe to your own property, right? And you've literally just got rid of the pipe that connected to their property. It's as simple as that. So when you've done that, just fill that trench in. And this is the home straight now, okay? This is the home straight. So here's your septic tank and soak away. So we're on about 3.5 hours now. This is what it's taken you to do so far. All right, so from there, you literally just put soil back over the crates, put soil back over the chamber, and put soil back over the tank, right? It's as easy as that, and you can seed it, or you can turf it, whatever's easiest for you. And then what you need to do now, right, is get the champagne ready, or get the wine out, because this is the crowning moment, right? On the last trench here, you just literally cover that over with soil, just like so, okay? So there you go. So that, all right, so let me cover the neighbours over. So there you go. That is how to disconnect yourself, cut yourself off from your neighbour's septic tank sewage system. So it'll take you about 3 or 4 hours to do from start to finish. So there you go. So your neighbour's happy because he's still connected to his septic tank, right? You haven't altered or adjusted, or you haven't even been on his land. You don't even have to go on his property. You can just literally do it. It's that easy to do. And I'm going to show you something else now as well, all right? So now I've shown you that. Let me just get that down, all right? So I've showed you the legal issues and how to get around the legal issues of having a shared septic tank. But if you go to septictank.co.uk, let me just show you this here, septictank.co.uk, what you'll see is this. All right, you'll see lots of septic tanks, but this is one of my most popular selling products. It's a septic tank and soak away kit. So if you're on a shared system, if you've got 1 to 2 bedrooms, 1 to 3, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 5 to 6 bedrooms, literally just click on, sorry, let me just go back. Click on there, all right, on the 1 to 2 bedroom. And there you go. You've got a video, right, which will show you once again how to cut yourself off from your neighbour's septic tank system. But more importantly, this kit gives you everything, right? Everything, right? It gives you all the pipes. You get 5 times 3, you get 15 meters basically of orange pipework, and the connectors are molded onto them, right? You get the German inspection chamber. You get the low profile septic tank. You get the septic tank crates, and there's no membrane needed. And you probably know as well, it costs about 5,000 or 6,000 quid, doesn't it, to put a septic tank and soak away in, and the rest. Guess how much this septic tank soak away costs, right? This complete kit, 1499. I mean, I just love helping people, and the point being is, it's been unheard of. You know, you can put your own septic tank and soak away in now for 1499. It's unheard of, but there you go. So that's my tip of the day. If you want to cut yourself off from your neighbour's septic tank, if you want to avoid all the legal issues, maybe you're buying a house and it's connected to a septic tank and you want to put your own septic tank in. As I said, there's only 2 things one thing really that you need to know. If the septic tank that you're shared with or connected to was installed before the 1st of Jan 2015, you do not need your neighbour's permission, you do not need permission of the Environmental Agency, and you don't need permission of UK building regs. You're just allowed to put your a new septic tank and soak away, and it doesn't have, you can put it anywhere in your garden that you like. It doesn't have to be the same kind of septic tank that your neighbours can put. It can be a different colour, it can be a different shape, it can be a different size. It doesn't matter, right? So legally, that is how to cut yourself off from your neighbour's septic tank. So look, I hope this live broadcast today has helped you. I hope it saves you a lot of money. And that's the whole point that I do these broadcasts, to save people money. So listen, thank you very much for taking the time to watch my live broadcast today. Have a great, where are we, Wednesday? Have a great Wednesday evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.